I know. Sup? Yeah, it's Mr. Cheap guy. Budget bubble pack budget knife. Got a Kershaw here, and man, I got a good deal on it, and it looks enticing, right? I don't know that it is. Some of these are turn out to be pretty nice, and some of them are huge dogs. Yeah, like worse than a gas station knife. Had a few of those. Um, this is a Kershaw Deadline. Yep. And let's see what we can find out about it. We're about to get in it. It's got HCR 13 steel. I mean, a lot of knives have that, right? Um, it's a frame lock. It's got a steel handles, scales. That's about it. Well, come on, man. Let's get it out of there. Let's check it out. The Kershaw Deadline. And I'm a Kershaw fan. So, I mean, it's going to have to be pretty bad for me to not kind of sort of like it. I mean, that felt pretty good right there. It's not near as heavy as I felt like it was going to be. This is kind of interesting. What's that about? Is that the liner? It is. So that's the liner. So they skeletonized that, and the liner lock is actually right there. So I guess, let's see, but I think you could hold on to this knife and lock yourself out because that's actually the liner lock right there. Blades off center a little bit. I mean, my fingers on that liner, and I can feel it, but I'm still able to flick that out. I failed it about 30% of the time so far. So it's kind of stiff. The action's stiff. I'm going to expect washers in there, not bearings. I mean, I don't hate this. It's got decent jimping and the contouring. I'm guessing the paint. Is that paint on the scale? It's got to be paint on the steel scale there. The jimping on the backspacer. I mean, it actually is pretty comfortable in the hand right there. The action's not horrible. I'm going to say it's washer action though. But if it is washer action, it's running pretty good. It's got a decent detent here. I mean, let's get in it. Come on. I'm curious now. Something's telling me that maybe it's on washers. It's a Diskin design. HCR 13 MOV. So it's not captured and it's spinning. And so the only way I'm going to get this is by applying some pressure to this blade over here. And maybe get lucky and pop it loose. And that's a no-go. Yep. All right. Well, we're going to treat it like it's not a disassembly knife. It's a budget piece. We'll make it a quick video. But I'm not going to boil this knife and try to break that Loctite and go through all that. Not for this piece. It is a serious budget piece. And I'll reveal how much so here in a second, but I mean, it isn't a bubble pack. You know what I mean? Um, let's do this. Let's try to lube that action. Looks like my best way in is right here. So I'm going to put a little bit of the magic sauce down in there on that side and then that side. And then let's hit the detent ball. And I think I can put pressure on that right here. I can, like a frame lock, and try to assist that detent ball creating a nice path on that blade. All of which should help this action. Not that it was terrible, but I mean, I can feel an improvement. Let's go ahead and grade it and make a decision on it. We'll move to ergonomics. Give it a wipe here. All right. C minus. Yeah, it's not great. Kind of gummy, you know. It fits the price tag of the knife. It really does. Let's talk about the ergonomics. I mean, ergonomics are actually pretty solid. I mean, this doesn't bother me to be in my hand like this at all. Very comfortable. Nice contouring. All the fingers fit. The reverse grip is solid. Can cap that really nice. Yeah, not so much there. Let's check pocket clip. Yeah, wonderful. Kershaw been making pocket clips for a long time. Yep. Runs really well. Standard jean size material, triple stitched. You know, my spot here in the back pocket, this little cutout is perfect to get the finger on and to pull that out of there. Yeah, it's wonderful. Nice little clip. Doesn't have super tension, but it wouldn't be hard to add a little tension to that clip either. You know, I mean, it's not bad, but it could make it really stiff if I wanted to. Just put a little bend on that. I'm sure it's just Bruce spring steel. It's not a big deal. What about safety? Can we get blade contact anywhere? Nah, the tip's recessed and the back is good. So the clip's good, tip's good, and I'm confident I can handle this knife any old way as long as the blade's closed. And it's got a decent detent holding that blade up in there. Yeah, and pretty confident that I wouldn't cut myself with this. What about how sharp it is? I mean, it needs a strop for sure. So let's do a little stropping. Try to match that angle a little bit. Try not to get up on that stonewash, or it looks like there's a coating. Maybe it's just stonewash on the blade, but I think it's got some kind of coating on it, making it look gray. So we're at like what, about three passes on each side. Run it on that wood. Get any stubborn burrs. I didn't feel a thing there. So either we're in really good shape right now, or the knife's just not sharpened. Yep. All right. Find a good angle on this little piece of paper. Not bad. You know, little strop, took off maybe some micro burrs or something, and it's pretty darn sharp. Yeah, sticky. It's got a really nice tip on it. It's a needle. Yep, pretty cool. All right, all we got left is price and availability. So if you wanted one of these, what would it cost and where could you find it? Okay, well, there's a bunch of these on eBay, live auctions, fixed auctions. Looks like $25 to $30. Um, Amazon has it for like 25 bucks. So I mean that HCR, it's reasonable, and it's got steel scales. I mean it's comfortable in hand. I can tell you that. If you like the way it looks and you're not afraid to spend 25 bucks, I mean it's a $25 knife. It's not a disassembly knife. Keep in mind. I mean I'm going to put it in the category of saying this is, you run it, and when it doesn't work, you toss it. You throw it in the river for some scuba diver or a magnet fisherman to find it and then have wild fantasies about what it was used for. You know what I mean? All right. So the Kershaw Deadline, yeah, I don't know. It's a solid budget piece. Appreciate y'all watching.